Hello everybody, I'm Jana from Sydney Visa. Do you know which Australian occupation received the most skill visa invitation in 1920 financial year? Well, it is accountant. Almost 2,000 new Australians were created that year with the help of this occupation. In fact, this has been a trend for many years, so in today's video I will talk about skills assessment for accountants. Skills assessment is a compulsory stage of any skilled migration visa program, and accountants are not exception. There are 3 organizations that conduct skills assessment for this qualification. These are Certified Practicing Accountants of Australia, so it's the CPA, Institute of Chartered Accountants, and Institute of Public Accountants. Today I will talk about inquiring skill assessments through CPA specifically. CPA Australia can assess for full skill assessment, so it's for point tested and employer sponsored visas, and for provisional assessment, which is for the temporary graduate visa 485. To determine candidate suitability, CPA doesn't consider your work experience. The assessment is conducted purely based on your education. You must hold a qualification that is assessed by the CPA as equivalent to at least of an Australian bachelor degree. The degree requirement for the provisional assessment for the graduate visa requires that you have an Australian bachelor degree or a 12-unit master's degree in accounting, business, commerce or economics. To determine that your study meets the requirement for at least the Australian bachelor degree, CPA considers your knowledge of 12 subjects, which are classified into 9 groups. For the purpose of migration, only knowledge of 7 groups needs to be conducted and confirmed. Here's the list of these groups. You can see them on the screen. So number 8 and 9 on the list is not a must. It doesn't need to be addressed if you haven't studied it. So how do you prove that you have knowledge of the above mentioned subjects? Well, you will need to provide a copy of your diploma and degree transcript, but this is not enough. A syllabus of your qualification also needs to be provided. If you have completed a study in an institution that is formally accredited by CPA Australia, you won't need to provide a syllabus, but there is not that many of those institutions on the list. I will leave the link to that search engine for these accredited courses in the description below this video. So, if your degree is not from the list of the accredited qualifications, CPA will assess your syllabus and determine if you meet the Australian study criteria. If only part of the 7 subjects are found to have met the necessary criteria, you would be able to study the necessary subjects either in Australia, or you can do that also remotely, and then resubmit your application. If your educational institution provides syllabus for your degree, then you are in luck and you can just submit your documents for the assessments without lengthy delays. Detailed syllabus material plays an important part in the assessment process, so failure to provide the adequate syllabus may adversely affect the outcome of your assessment. So the syllabus must relate to the exact year during which you have studied, relate to the exact subjects that are listed in the transcript, and be written in English. If you are unable to obtain an efficient syllabus for your qualification, then it can be drafted personally and then signed and sealed by an educational institution. Sydney Visa offers assistance with drafting university syllabuses for accounting and finance qualification assessments. So if you need more information, please email us on email@sydneyvisa.com.au. Skills assessment at CPA requires you to demonstrate proficient knowledge of your English. So proficient is the level which is equivalent to IELTS academic with the minimum mark of 7 in all modules. For provisional skilled assessment, so it's for visa 485, the graduate visa, IELTS general with the minimum score of 6 in all module is sufficient. This means that even if you studied in an English-speaking country like United Kingdom, for example, you would still need to sit an English test and gain a sufficient mark before your submission of your documents for the skill assessment. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that CPA doesn't consider your employment for the skill assessment. However, if you have worked in a relevant professional role, you might be eligible to claim additional points right, for your skill migration visa application, so for your point test. So CPA can assess your employment history to determine if your experience is closely related to the nominated occupation and the level at the level that is expected by Australian employers. For employment claims to be recognized for the skill employment, you must provide signed testimonials from your employer and an employment contract and pay slips to substantiate your employment claims. The cost of CPA skill assessment is 490 Australian dollars if you are applying from outside Australia, and takes only about 10 to 15 days, and the certificate is valid for 2 years. So your migration path doesn't end with the skill assessment. It's important to understand that rigid competition exists among MARN accountants for the independent 189 visa. It's necessary to have a minimum of 95 points in the point test in order to receive an invitation for the visa, for this independent visa, and the 95 points doesn't guarantee that you will receive it. This competition will only increase and likely to increase as the quotas for this profession have been reduced this year to only 1,000 places. Most applicants solve these issues through applying for a state original nomination visas 190 or 491. Sydney Visa has an extensive expertise with accountant skill assessment, so please fill out the questionnaire with the link below for your free eligibility assessment. As part of this assessment, we will provide a tailored package for you, which includes skill assessment plus drafting of the syllabus if required. And that's it for today. Please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and ask your questions in the comment section below. Cheers from Down Under. Goodbye.